So I went on a website that sells used Japanese CDs and ships to America, and the cheapest ones they offer are sold for 500 yen or 330 USD, which frankly is overcharging for some of these, but oh well. So I went on and found 5 CDs that caught my attention in some way from artists that I've never heard of before, and I'm going to tell you what I got, if any of them are actually any good, and if they're worth the price. And let's start with Yoshida Naoki's Swing. Not the Yoshida Naoki who directed Final Fantasy XIV, a different, unrelated Yoshida Naoki, who was a J-pop musician in the early 2000s and is now really hard to find online. He also seems to enjoy badminton, judging by the cover of this CD. This is a single consisting of 2 songs and an acoustic version of the first one. It isn't on streaming, but it is on YouTube, albeit with 200 views and in questionable quality. And I get why no one wants to watch this on YouTube, because it isn't good. There's like moments where it's a passable pop song, but it's mostly just really lame. This sounds like a dollar store version of Soshi Sakayama. Like, the singer is kinda similar, and the instrumental isn't too far off from something he'd do. The difference is that Soshi Sakayama is actually a good songwriter, and this guy isn't. And you might be thinking, well, maybe the B-side is better. It isn't. It's a bad folk song. This is not good at all. I see why it was being sold for 70 cents in a bookstore. I would not buy this for 10 cents, much less $3. The second one I got is a bit of lore. I tried to get a CD from the Pink Stocking Club Band, mostly just because I think their name sounds funny. I didn't actually get that CD though, because they sent me the wrong thing. What I got has the barcode of the Pink Stocking Club Band, but is actually a Macross 7 tie-in album. I've got Re.Fire by Firebomber, so that's gonna be our next album instead. I don't know anything about Macross. I've never seen the anime. I like the Future Funk guy who stole the name, that's about it. I had absolutely no idea what to expect popping this CD in the CD player. I mean, this came out in 2009, 15 years after Macross 7 aired, so clearly there's some kind of audience for this. It's also on streaming, so it's not completely obscure. I wasn't expecting a lot out of this, seeing as I literally got it by accident, but I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed this album. I kind of thought, maybe I wouldn't like the songs as much since I haven't seen the show, but irrespective of the anime it came from, this is just a pretty good record. It's a bit inconsistent, notably on tracks like Daimon and Plastics that don't work at all, but there's a lot of gems here. Like Burning Fire. It's very anime in the sense that I can't imagine hearing this song on anything other than an anime soundtrack, but it rules. It's super hype and the singer is giving it his all with this loud, energetic, come-together shouting. It's a ton of fun. It's not just 12 straight anime hits though, there's quite a bit of diversity in the track list. There's surprisingly competent ballads like Song of Eternity, which is, and I'm being 100% serious, one of the best ballads I've ever heard on a Japanese rock album. I usually don't like them at all, but this one is really well done. The instrumental stays interesting, and there's a really cool duet with the singers, and right around that point on the album, Ready Go is a way more complex track than I was expecting on this, with psychedelic sections, really cool bass solos, and a bit of post-punk happening as well. And there's 2 really sick songs at the end of the album. Totsugeki Love Heart and Magic Rhapsody are both anime opening type songs similar to Burning Fire. They both pack a huge punch, and Magic Rhapsody especially is really fun. I never expect a lot from anime tie-ins. A lot of times they're iffy, but sometimes they really do surprise me, and this was a very welcome surprise. I'm actually glad they sent me this because I literally never would have listened to it otherwise. For $3.50? Yeah, this is pretty good. I'm happy with this accidental purchase. I'm glad they sent it to me. Next up, I got Aki's Ephemeral. I'm gonna be honest with you. I bought these CDs a month ago, and I can't remember why I bought this one. My best guess is that the pose he's doing in the cover looks really dumb. That's kind of the bar of where I was at when finding things to buy. Aki is the bassist of visual K-band Seed, and this is the second of 2 albums from his short-lived solo career, both of which came out in 2015. And just so you know, the cover of the other album is even worse. This is a perfectly okay J-rock album. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just kinda okay. It doesn't feel very ambitious at all. all, like on the song Fahrenheit. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not something I'll ever listen to again. There are so many other songs that sound like this, and many of those have better songwriting or better singing or a catchier chorus, so why would I ever listen to Fahrenheit instead? And that's true across the whole record. It tries to strike this weird mix between poppy and kind of more hardcore, and it doesn't really commit to or succeed at either. There's moments where he's trying something. The instrumentals on Fairy Dust and In Vain both incorporate some electronic aspects. It's just that neither of those songs are good. Fairy Dust has incredibly disjointed drumming and a chorus that gets annoying basically immediately, while In Vain is just baffling as it starts with these 90s synths chucked on top of the world's loudest 808 kick drum and also an acoustic guitar for some reason. In addition, Aki is not a particularly good singer, which really isn't helping the case when the instrumentals are already this iffy. There is one good song here though. I did end up liking Sing It Loud. It's a perfectly competent J-rock song. It's written well enough that I don't mind listening to it again if it gets shuffled into a playlist. The guitar work is pretty good. It's the track where Aki's singing flaws are least noticeable, and it actually has a pretty catchy hook. It is serviceable, which makes it the best song here and the only one really worth listening to at all. Yeah, I don't like this one. I can see why the solo career didn't last very long for this guy. I'm gonna take this CD, I'm gonna put it in a storage bin, and I am never gonna think about this album again because there is nothing exciting or memorable about it. For $3.50? Nope. Maybe for like $2, this could have been an okay bargain bin purchase. It's not bad, there's just 20,000 other things I could have spent half an hour with instead. Next up, the fourth album is Night Shift by OMB. I bought this purely because I thought the cover and the artist logo looked cool. There were no other reasons behind it. This is from 2002 and it's a pretty obscure record. It's not on YouTube or streaming or anything. So I maybe didn't look too closely at it before I bought it, which is bad because I popped this in my CD player, booted up Windows Media Player, and found out that the shortest of the 10 songs on this album is 7.5 minutes long. This is a progressive trance album, which I will just say is a genre that I know absolutely nothing about. But I guess that's the beauty of this video. I would have never listened to an 85-minute long trance album if I wasn't doing this. Which brings me to another problem. How do I review trance music? Like seriously, when I talk about J-rock and J-pop and all that stuff on this channel, I listen to those a lot. I know what I'm talking about. I don't listen to trance at all. The closest style I actually know anything about is house. So I don't really know what makes a trance record particularly good or bad at all. I can tell you that I put this on while playing NCAA 14 and it was a decent vibe. The problem I had with it is that it doesn't have to be this long. Not just the album, which is over 80 minutes, but the tracks don't need to be this long either. It feels like they peak around the 4-minute mark and then just go for another 3 to 5 minutes anyways. This could have been a 40-minute album and it definitely would have been more enjoyable. Also, because of that length, it does get a little stale at points. Which, I get this genre is supposed to be built around building up and repetition, but the build-ups weren't very satisfying and the repetition felt less across songs and more across the whole album. A lot of songs really blend together on this thing, so it's an 80-minute sludge of the same kind of sound, but with slightly different vocal samples in each track. They're all used the same, it's just like the actual content of the sample is different. So the question is it worth $3.50? Maybe if you really like trance. If you like this style of music, if you're into this stuff, if my description sounded right up your alley, sure, it's like 80 minutes long, so you'll definitely get your fill. As someone who has no experience in this type of music at all, nah, it's not worth it. I have to imagine there's plenty of better trance albums than this out there, and ones that don't get stale this easily. Now for our last album of the video, S.O.A.P. with High. Two things about this band. One, that band name stands for Sons of All Pussies, so maybe this will get put in a weird band names video too at some point. Second thing with this band, this is a Lark and Seal spin-off project. This is the current guitarist and old drummer of Lark and Seal, along with bassist Eind, who Wikipedia says is a German-born model. I assume he's the guy on the cover, and that's all I know about him. This came out in 2003, and they do have a couple other EPs, albeit none since the early 2000s. I think they are still kind of around though. They have a website, and this got put on streaming in 2020, so you're able to check it out if you want. And I think it is worth checking out, because this is the best thing I've gotten to listen to all video. It's a pretty damn good alt-rock EP. The singer's voice might turn some people off, especially on a track like I Wanna Fly With Your Airplane, but I don't mind it at all. That track's actually really good, by the way. It's a 5-minute alt-rock track with a really catchy chorus and some active drumming that helps to put it a level above every other song here. The 8-minute long Red Sky is also a highlight. This is the opposite of those 8-minute trance tracks that were boring, because this is an 8-minute track that's actually really interesting. It's constantly shifting, and it's got some really catchy vocals and cool guitars. It's a track that I really like. S.O.A.P 100% is also really fun, as it switches back and forth between fast rap-style vocals and a shouty hook. There's a lot of fun stuff on this EP, and I really like this. If you're into louder, rougher types of alt-rock, I think this is definitely a good recommendation. It's only 25 minutes long, so it's a decent-sized listen, and it's something I'll probably actually come back to. For $3.50? Heck yeah. That's a good purchase. If I listened to this without getting the CD first, I might have bought the CD anyway. So there's my 5 bargain bin CDs. Maybe check out the S.O.A.P one, and Firebomber if you're into that kind of anime rock. The others aren't really worth it. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. I will do another video like this because I have already bought the CDs and I don't want to waste money. Love y'all so much. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Bye!